ultimately, as an educator, Jeff, and that's why I just love this area. I know you have a personal interest in it, and I know that the best interests of these kids are in both your guys' best interests. I mean, obviously, Toby, your kids go here, so you have a pretty good interest. And, Jeff, I know that you're looking at these kids, you're trying to mold them and set them towards the right path. I firmly believe that.
I can tell you something that I've found that's been, as a superintendent, I get a chance to go to a number of meetings, and you get to hear all the highs and lows and positive things that are happening in different school districts, not only across southeast Minnesota, but throughout the entire state, and in some regards across the country. And there's a lot of talk about who has the best test scores, and are we going to teach the kids to this test, or are we going to prepare them to do this? I've really felt that, and I've had a chance to kind of watch the ebb and flow of No Child Left Behind, and
yes.
And I was in a larger school system before I came here. I was a career and tech ed teacher. I was, like I said, a business marketing teacher, and I watched what happened, with all the pressure that came from, the federal government and from the media. As soon as your MCA scores are out there, you get a call from a reporter before you even had a chance to look at them. So usually my response is like, I'll be honest, I haven't even looked at them yet. But there was so much pressure, and everything. I think every school district interprets that pressure differently. Some school districts are willing to sacrifice and cut different types of programs that are important and that help students actually become well-rounded, developed, and explore their different learning styles in favor of test scores. Right. So setting up intervention programs or remedial programs, yes, we get it. Every kid needs to read. Every kid needs to be able to do math, those types of things. Every kid's not going to be a math superstar, even if they can read.
No.
And people have to recognize that.
Right.
So, but I've seen, in other districts, just phasing out, cutting different programs, and then putting in more of these remedial programs, more so to
make your test score look better.
Yeah, to help have those highest test scores. So you can maybe pound your chest and and shout victory right. when you have the highest test scores in the region. What's been neat about being here at Lewiston-Altura is I've always had that feeling. Even when I got interviewed to be principal, I kind of went through the same interview process again when I the superintendent part. It was still another large group of people and hitting you from every angle with all the different types of questions. But I've always felt that it's not about that test score. Okay, it's about who these kids are going to be becoming someday. And our mission's awesome. We're preparing students to be productive members of society, of their
society,
communities.
Jeff. And that could be
of their communities, our nation, and the world.
That could be a great carpenter. That could be a great rocket scientist.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So you can cover a lot of gaps, and ultimately these kids, probably every one of them as an individual, which that just doesn't happen.
But when you look at our elective programs, we have a thriving ag program. Our FFA program is huge. There's so many kids that are involved, regardless if they live on a farm or not. Our technology and engineering education program is thriving. We're a small school district. We've implemented the full, or not the full scale, but components of the project Lead the Way curriculum. We've got teachers in both of those programs that are strong advocates for kids. We've got a thriving business ed program. I know some people have taken criticism for is we phased out our FACS program, our Family and Consumer Science program, in favor of more health careers and more health education.
Was that like home ec you just took?
Yeah, it was like home ec.
I ate at home ec. I took home ec so I could make myself something to eat during the day.
But I didn't care for it either.
You did?
I made blueberry muffins.
But you were at home ec.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Oh yeah. I remember.
But we've taken
look at what it did.
We've taken some criticism for that, but. Yeah, I ate a lot in home.
I know.
Too.
So why did you take it away, Jeff?
That's a good question.
Yeah, okay, I got you on the spot now. So,
part of it was, as we were looking at our programming, you look at what your kids are interested in and where they're going to go, and we looked at, we had precursors to the ACT. You had the Explorer and the Plan, which are basically are kind of phased out now because ACT has started to have their assessment system that's evolved some, but there was a career inventory component that was part of the plan test that the kids would take as 10th graders, and we get feedback from them. And what we found from kids is they're interested in basically three big areas: ag, engineering, and health careers.
Which all fit around here: Mayo Clinic, farm community.
And what was
You're
great
at the
is-
tech, Toby, so.
Yeah.
And even as FACS phased out, we took some of the components from FACS and we said, okay, we can try to work on some of the character education components through a strong advisory program. And then we also looked at what can we do to expand offerings for students to explore personal wellness and health careers. And so we enhanced our health education curriculum, and now we've got, and it's actually helped within the community too. I mean, our local EMTs come in and they teach an EMT certification class right in our high schools.
Well, obviously, with the whole changing.
Pretty good deal.
Changing economy of this whole area is based on a lot of healthcare. Our production and things like that is different now. We have to teach our kids the sciences and the healthcares and things like
Well,
that.
and part of it though, I mean, I look at within our school district system, the board that we have, the administration that you have. Our programs are going to evolve and they're going to change to meet the needs of our students. So we're going to take a look at what kids need. We're going to take a look at what's out there, what paths are open for them to pursue. And that's what's going to drive what we're going to be offering. Not, let's offer this so we can try to get the highest test scores in the region. So it's, who are these kids going to become? How do we help them become productive members of their communities, of our nation and the world someday? And that's really what it's kind of all about.
That's a great mission, Jeff. And as a parent, my kids are just about out. Toby, yours are scattered throughout. But that's what we want to hear. We want to hear that our kids have a mission. They have some goals, and they're in a school system where that's being supplied to them. That's where I'm over here. I'm in this schoolhouse right now, and I'm proud of both of you, and I encourage everything you do.